In this presentation, we'll cover the basics of social intelligence, how social intelligence helps us navigate the world that's very social in nature, how it helps us connect culturally and express our personal values with people to build relationships, and then how social intelligence influences those relationships and include employment situations in that conversation. Have you ever had a close friend, spouse, or partner and felt as though they could read your mind? Maybe it's someone who finishes your sentences and that's okay with you, or interacted with someone and felt the whole exchange was kind of awkward, or you felt out of sync with them. Have you ever thought about someone and they called you that day? That happens to me frequently. Have you ever met someone new and felt like you've known them for a long time? Have you ever worked with someone that seemed to put you in a bad mood all the time? Well, this is your brain at work. Neurons are where it all starts when our brain is at work. There are 100 billion neurons in the human brain. I can't even imagine that number. Each neuron is estimated to make 10,000 contacts. Scientists believe the complexity of the human brain exceeds that of the known universe. Like we learned in emotional intelligence, social intelligence begins in the brain. The human brain is extremely complex. We will focus on two specific types of neurons, spindle cells and mirror neurons. Spindle cells are designed to connect each of us with others. They give us a sense of our personal space. They create a field that can be detected outside the body and light up when another person enters that field. This can be the uncomfortable feeling we have when someone we don't know stands close to us. These neurons send lightning-fast messages that inform us of the tone of social situations, like when you walk into a room and know something is wrong instantly. They provide a means or a desire for us to link up with others, like multiple devices on a shared Wi-Fi internet. That's why we have a desire to be around people, well, at least most of the time. Spindle cells provide us with intuition about our feelings or emotions of others. When someone else is feeling sad or is tense, sometimes we see the facial expression or the body language. Sometimes we just sense it. Let's look at an example. Mike walked into his home and immediately felt that something was wrong. There was tension even though no one was talking. He approached his wife Andrea and asked how she was. Her short response was, "Fine, other than your daughter is out of control." It turns out that their daughter had argued with Andrea when she told her she could not go to a party that night. She had yelled at Andrea and stormed off, telling her how unfair she was. Mike's spindle cells let him know he was walking into this tense situation. This gave him time to seek facts and decide how to step into the situation. Let's talk for a minute about mirror neurons. They make us hardwired to imitate. This is the way children learn. They're present in all humans. They allow us to respond the same way when both an action is performed and when it's observed or heard. They allow us to learn by imitation. The brain, on some level, through mirror neurons, doesn't really know the difference between seeing and doing. Mirror neurons are also believed to be the source of empathy in the brain. An easy example of how mirror neurons work is kicking a ball. The same neurons light up in the brain when you kick a ball, you see me kick a ball, you hear the ball kicked, or you read "kick the ball." In a previous presentation, we talked about emotional intelligence. You may remember that this is specifically how we become aware of our reactions to pressure and under different situations and how we can manage our responses. Now we're going to take a look at the bottom half of this grid. Because we're social in nature, emotional intelligence is only half the equation. What we've talked about so far is critical to learning how to be socially aware, dealing in situations where there are two or more people, and gaining skills in navigating those situations and managing relationships. I've outlined some strategies for social awareness and relationship management that we're going to review now. Here are some social awareness strategies that I've found to be beneficial. I hope you will too. Number one, watch body language. Look people in the eye and watch their facial expressions. Attentive and relaxed eye movements generally indicates a person is open and honest. Rapid eye movements and looking down can indicate the person is uncomfortable or hiding something. Look further for facial gestures. A smile, an open face indicates you can start a conversation. A frown or a grimace will indicate discomfort many times. Our body language tells us a lot about ourselves. The second thing is to live in the moment. What are you thinking about right now? Something from your past, something you need to do when this seminar is over? When you step into the present, you're more likely to be socially aware. For example, Rachel has many things going on and is often thinking about what she needs to accomplish rather than focusing on the meeting she's in. She has come to realize that if she takes notes during meetings with her boss, she's more likely to stay present and know what her boss wants. Social awareness includes being present in conversations and life in general. You'll learn more, be more interesting, and remember better if you experience what's happening here and now. Live in the moment. Planning ahead for social situations can help you as well. For example, when you're attending a meeting, even if you aren't in charge, a little planning can help. Be aware of the meeting time, be aware of the location of the meeting, know the purpose of the meeting, and bring any materials that you've been sent or requested to bring. Leave the rest of your day at the door and prepare to listen and participate in the meeting. The fourth thing is really important, listening. And listening is a skill. It requires practice. Let's look at some good listener traits through this example. Amy is viewed to be approachable because she has a calm look on her face and makes eye contact. Further, people think she's a good listener because she makes eye contact. She doesn't interrupt or rush to add her comments when others are talking. Other listening traits that you can use are restating what someone says to ensure you've understood them, asking follow-up questions to seek more information, and showing respect by eliminating distractions, i.e., put your phone down. The final step or strategy is to catch the mood of the room. Remember the story about Mike coming home to a tense home? He was catching the mood when he walked into his house and immediately felt that there was something wrong. There was tension even though no one was talking. Relationship management includes the skills of self-awareness, emotional management, and social awareness. It can help you build better relationships with a diverse group of people from family to community to work. Let's look at 5 strategies that can help. The first one is being open and curious. And I'm going to tell you about this by sharing an example. Herb is a supervisor and he's bothered when meetings he schedules don't start on time. He decided that he would be open with his team and tell them why this was important to him. He was in the service, and discipline was imposed when people were late to meetings, so he gets stressed when meetings start late. As he told this to his group, one of the team members said, "Wow, Herb, I didn't know you were in the military. Where did you serve?" He was being curious. And this openness and curiosity helped them to develop a relationship. You can ask good questions to find out about others and be willing to share about yourself. The second one is building trust. Trust is the foundation of relationships. It's built on open communication, consistency in your words, your actions, and your behavior over time. Trust comes through being true to your word. If you tell a friend that you'll pick them up from work, be there at the end of their shift. If you tell your kids you'll take them to the park on Saturday, go even if you're tired and want to rest at home. A promise is a promise. The third one might sound kind of weird, but it's get mad on purpose. Anyone can become angry, that's easy. But being angry with the right person to the right degree at the right time for the right purpose and in the right way is not easy. If you need a ride home from work, as an example, and your friend promised to pick you up but left you stranded without a ride, you'd have reason to be mad. A good purpose is to let your friend know that they let you down by not living up to the promise that they gave you. This isn't disowning them, it's not labeling them as irresponsible, it's just letting them know that this was important to you and it's a disappointment. That's about getting mad on purpose. The fourth strategy is when you care, show it. Simple things can go a long way to showing that you care. When someone helps you, thank them. If you see someone in need, reach out a hand to help. If you think of someone you haven't seen for a while, send a card or a simple email. These acts will solidify relationships and make your life smoother. You gain more than you invest in terms of relationship. And the final one is explain your decisions. Don't just make them in isolation. An example of this is Marshall, who works in a shop, and it was a mess, so he decided to organize the workbench. In doing so, he found some old clips and screws that didn't seem to match anything for current jobs. He packed them away in a storage container. The next day, instead of being happy with the organization of the workbench, his supervisor was angry that clips and screws he needed to repair an old piece of equipment were missing. If Marshall had taken the time to tell his supervisor about his idea to reorganize the workbench, he could have avoided a simple miscommunication. Let's summarize social intelligence. It's the combination of awareness and relationship management. And we talked about social awareness as the ability to listen and observe what's going on around us, controlling our own emotions and watching what's happening with others. Then we talked about different strategies for relationship management and using your own awareness of your emotions and understanding the emotions of others to build relationships. It's relating to other people, how we treat other people, and how we develop bonds over time. I hope this seminar has been interesting and informative for you. I hope it helps you to build better relationships with your family, within your community, and at work. Thank you.